Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Under the Influence Podcast.
Sir, this is episode 190.
190.
190.
We've been at this for a while, ain't we, brother?
Not just for a minute. We should be a little bit further, but we took some breaks.
Yeah.
And times in between. So.
We might have actually been around 200.
Probably.
We took a couple in between. We took a whole month one time.
Yeah.
And then we took a couple
2-3 weeks in between.
Yeah, every other week type situation. Yeah. But
hey, shit happens.
When you've been doing this as long as we have, we get to take some breaks and shit, nigga.
yeah.
That's just what it is. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm here. I'm feeling good. I got a beer.
Yeah.
I got some almonds.
PM got a beer and some almonds.
I'm feeling great.
That's a good combo.
Need a little something different.
Man, I'm awake, man. But y'all behind the wall, boy. We almost overslept the pod. Me and PM. He showed up to the house. My daughter woke me up talking about, you got the pod. I'm in there asleep. But we up now. Ready to talk a little shit.
Yes, sir. Is that Christopher Brown?
That's Mr. Brown, yeah.
Oh. You ain't got no RPs?
No.
I don't got none this week either.
Somebody died. Prayers for Tory, but we'll talk about that in a second.
I got him first up.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get into it then.
Okay.
Because I had him right here too, so.
Cool bean. Says you talking about the prison thing, right?
He stabbed.
Yeah. So rapper Tory Lanez is attacked in California prison as he serves time for Megan Thee Stallion shooting.
Yeah.
It says he was hospitalized after an attack on Monday at a California prison where he served a 10-year sentence for shooting. We know who.
Yeah.
His legal name is Daystar.
Daystar, yeah.
Daystar Peterson. Never heard that before.
Yeah, this is his name. Daystar.
He was attacked at a housing unit at a California correctional institution in Tahapachi. I don't know. At 7:20 a.m., Pedro Calderon Michel, spokesman for the State Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, said in an email. It says, Michelle did not specify how Lanez was attacked, but a message posted on the rapper's Instagram account Monday evening said Lanez was stabbed 14 times and both of his lungs collapsed. The post said Lanez is breathing on his own now. It says, despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. And this was said by somebody. It didn't even say.
Well, if you've ever had a collapsed lung, boy, that's so painful. My left lung collapsed, nigga. That shit hurt so bad.
What that feel like?
Like a motherfucker's digging in your chest every time you breathe. Like a motherfucker's like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my left lung collapsed, and when I got shot, the bullet hit my rib cage, and my rib broke.
Ouch. And
punctured my lung. And then during the same thing, when I was getting stabbed, I got stabbed in the back and punctured the lung from the back, so my left lung was like double collapsed, like it was.
Ouch.
Yeah. Like I said, I was breathing on my own and shit too right afterwards, but they had to, which I'm sure they got him doing, it's this thing that they bring you and you gotta breathe into, and it's a little ball in there, and you gotta
make sure the ball rises to a certain level.
To a certain level. And it's so, I guess it's so you use the full capacity of your lung and fluid doesn't settle in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And it hurts.
I bet it do.
They be like, you got to keep the ball. You're like, bitch, I'm trying so hard. Even when I was home from the hospital, I had to do that shit every day.
It's like exercise.
Mm-hmm. You got to do it to make sure that motherfucker air back up. But I got a little more information on it too.
Because that's all I had on it. Because they went into the backstory of the
shit. The inmate who allegedly stabbed Tory Lanez is in prison. Has been identified as 42-year-old Centillo Casillo.
Yeah, they didn't mention that in mine.
Yeah, they had thought they knew who it was at first, but they just released this today.
Okay.
He's already serving life in prison without the possibility of parole for second-degree murder. And in the wake of that, new evidence presented in Tory Lanez's case, Kelsey, who was Megan's best friend, Kelsey's bodyguard, has reportedly come forward claiming that Kelsey was the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion, and says he stayed silent to protect her until now because this is too much what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but that's always been the consensus. It just couldn't be proved,
Right.
and nobody really tried hard to prove it.
Sad, man.
Yeah, so
Now he ain't even got to deal with collapsed lungs.
and then the word on the curb is basically word on the curb. Some of the stuff that's coming down the pipelines, like from the prison, saying that basically because of the niggas he's running with and the his finances, he's able to keep a lot of people. He's basically able to keep a lot of black people in a better financial state in prison,
Yeah.
and the Mexicans ain't
like
too
it.
happy about it.
Right.
So they tried to poke him out to stop the money.
Yeah. It's about to be a takeover.
Yeah, that's
That ain't
what.
fucked up.
Yeah, because he's in there bidding, so, and he got bread, so of
Right.
course you kind of semi pay for protection. So
Right,
niggas that would have been
You can't
doing
get mad at that.
yeah, especially with him being in, because he's clearly in population,
Yeah.
not in protective custody.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, niggas is able to sustain themselves financially in there, and a lot of power dynamics is shifting, and they wanted to.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they was like, what the hell, nigga, stabbing Tory for, nigga, because he's the bank, and he's basically funding real hitters.
Hell yeah.
You feel me?
I see what you're saying. And I got another one to go with that. It was a stabbing on Monument Circle this past week.
Here?
Yeah, it says Indianapolis around 6:20 p.m. Saturday evening. A homeless man was stabbed in the back of the head in downtown Indianapolis. It says according to a bystander,
Hell.
after the person was stabbed, he walked several blocks and made it to Monument Circle before the paramedics and the police arrived on the scene where he was treated. There's no word on if the assailant was captured, and there's no further updates at this time of when I recorded that article.
Damn.
But it went along with the whole thing with Tory Lanez and shit.
Well, since we talking about people and getting their head busted open in some way, shape, form, or fashion,
Oh shit!
my favorite guy, Chris Breezy,
What he done did?
he's been arrested and over there where I hate everybody.
Yep.
Over there, yeah.
What he do?
It was an incident that happened back in 2023, a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He supposedly bashed some producer over the head with a bottle and fucked him up. And he was supposed to go talk to the police about it, and instead he came on back to the States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chris Brown arrested for allegedly smashing a tequila bottle over a music producer's head in a nightclub. Hold on. Chris Brown was arrested in Manchester over a bottle attack at a London nightclub that happened in 2023. Chris was detained at 2 a.m. at the Lowry Hotel over the 2023 incident where he allegedly assaulted a music producer at Tap In Mayfair, which I guess is a club, Tape In Mayfair. He is now in police custody. In 2003, the alleged victim told The Sun it was Chris Brown who launched the attack. He hit me over the head 2 or 3 times. My knee collapsed as well. He's making out it was one of his entourage, but it was him. The producer was hospitalized and left needing crutches. While Brown had reportedly offered to meet the police voluntarily, sources say he never did and returned to the U.S. So now he went back over there for a tour, for a show, I think.
They hemmed him up.
And they hemmed him up.
Crazy.
Yeah. You should be able to bond out
That's
or
crazy.
something.
Well, I got gas station heroin. Never heard of this shit.
Okay, I'm listening.
It says the FDA issues a warning against gas station heroin tianapine.
Is that how, like, when whatchamacallit first came out? Gas station reefer?
Yeah,
Spice.
Spice. Basically, it says the Food and Drug Administration is warning the public about the harmful effects of products containing tianapine, also referred to as gas station heroin, due to its availability in the gas station stores.
That's crazy. What is it in? Let me stay far away.
Well, it says tianapine is an opioid alternative prescribed as an antidepressant in some Latin American, Asian, and European countries. It is not approved by the FDA for any use in the U.S. and can cause a range of adverse events. It says, "I'm very concerned. I want the public to be especially aware of this dangerous product and the serious and continuing risk it poses to America's youth." This is from the FDA Commissioner, Dr. Martin A. McAree. It says, while the FDA is closely following... Shut up. It says, while the FDA is closely following the distribution and sale of these products, it is critical that you appreciate the magnitude of the underlying danger of these products and disseminate information about it. It says, according to the letter, tianapine can lead to serious harm, including death. Other symptoms include agitation, confusion, sweating, nausea, vomiting, drowsiness, and a coma. It says some product names that include the substance include Tiana, Zaza, I don't know what the fuck this is, Neptune's Fix, Pegasus, and TD Red. I guess that's the little products. Yeah, it is. Name of the products.
Yeah, those are designed to get people high.
That's what. I think they tell people this so they can go and get the shit.
Yeah.
It says that adding that is often marketed as a research chemical and I never heard this, nootropic? Never heard that word. Cognitive enhancer or a dietary supplement. It says case reports in the medical literature describe U.S. consumers ingesting daily doses of, what the fuck? Oh, daily doses of 1.3 to 200 times the daily timing dose typically recommended in labeled foreign drug products. So this isn't the first time that these products have made headlines. In 2023, the FDA warned against it. So,
sheesh.
Gas station heroin.
Stay away from gas station heroin, kids.
It's not that hot fire.
It's not that hot fire.
You don't want that.
It's not that hot fire. But speaking of hot fire, you been following this Diddy situation?
Nah, I've been turning away from it.
Oh man, you need to partake a tad. It's a shit show.
It looks like it. Now they got Cassie back.
Cassie was on the stand talking about the freak offs.
Oh, she was there too, huh?
She was participating. She was. They saying that
releasing her booty for the freak off.
Man, they said that it's so nasty, bruh. It's so much. Said it was this nigga was paying male escorts to crash her in front of him, and then he would pay them to come all over her. Then he would like her to meet him in the next room and take the cum off of her and rub it on his chest, on his nipples. He like bitches. She like niggas to pee on her, and she was saying, and it's going back and forth because she was saying like she was forced into doing this, and the escorts was like, one of the escorts got on the stand and was like, listen, every time we got called, it was by her. She was the one that paid us. And she's like, well, he made me do boom, boom, boom. But it's right now they're just going into extreme details of freakiness.
Let them niggas be nasty.
Yeah,
it's the unforceful shit that I was worried about.
Yeah, they ain't got to all of that yet, but they getting there. So she got they asked her,
nasty ass adults.
Yeah, they asked her what she got in this settlement. Said he gave her $20 million. They was asking why can't why she in there testifying then if he gave her $20 million. And she said she just couldn't walk around with it on anymore. She had to.
Yeah, say get it off her chest.
Yeah.
Like all that nut, she had to get off her chest.
This is the quote from the thing. The attorney asked her what would happen after the escorts finished on you. Cassie said Sean would want me to put it on his body in the next room. The lawyer said, did you do that? She said, yes. He said, where? She said, usually on his nipples.
Yeah.
The attorney said, did you want to do that? She said, no.
I don't see why not. It was all over her.
She said she'd have constant urinary tract infections.
Yeah.
And they had to get like stronger antibiotics because the normal ones wouldn't work. And,
Yeah, probably nasty ass yeast infections. The pH balance was probably off.
and said she would. Said that the freak offs were so crucial, they'd be like 2-3 days, and it would take like another 3 days to recover from them.
Yeah.
So the freak offs were so nasty, they'd leave and go to like a recovery spa where like they would get fluids and medicine and
IV
good food and
Uh,
just to try to recover from freaking.
nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty. Just nasty old people.
They wasn't even old at the
I'm
time.
just saying, they nasty people. Old nasty people. Ugh. I mean, if that's your world, that's your world.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not me, so that's why it's grossing me the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't want to see that nigga next level nasty because I'm with a whole bunch of freaky shit, but I don't want to see no other men crack my broad, and I damn sure don't want no other person's
Yeah.
semen rubbed on my nipples.
Yeah.
So that's a nasty nigga there, boy.
Yeah.
That's a nasty nigga there. Ew.
Yeah. That's how you got on him?
I believe so, man. I'm following it, man, right now. But right now, I ain't no expert on law, but they don't seem, and I could be wrong. It don't seem like they ain't proved nothing except for the nigga nasty.
It's just nasty. That's nasty.
I know one thing. That motherfucking, and I'm pretty sure, the media's making a big deal out of it just because it looks crazy. Because Cassie's new husband was there supporting her during the thing. But
He nasty too.
but
You gotta be to be with her.
I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I think he's more like straight lace, and I think
The cuck.
no, I don't think that either. Because he's the one, from what I understand, he's the one that kind of pushed her during her like healing process from getting away from the nigga
Yeah.
to like do the lawsuit shit. Like you got to let this shit out. Like it's just you holding it in. It's fucking up our relationship. Like, so I'm sure he knew about all the nasty shit, but of course the media was recording him leaving the courtroom. Like, and everybody put on the thing. Bitch, you ain't tell me about niggas peeing on you.
She did.
She probably did. Because I mean the initial lawsuit had a lot of those details in it. I remember like people reading it on YouTube.
Gross. I got 141K. It says two Target shoppers caught stealing 141,000 worth of items with sick package trick. They got away with it in 21 states. And I feel like we talked about these two chicks
I think
before.
so. That sounds familiar.
It says two Target shoppers have been jailed for stealing more than 100,000 worth of items by using the sneaky package trick. The thieving duo operated in a coordinated effort to carry out their audacious crimes across a whopping 21 states. They carried out 187 thefts while operating a multi-state organized retail theft scheme. The New York crooks stole nearly 141,000 in merchandise from across Georgia and 20 other states from June 2022 through August 2024. They only got caught when investigators were contacted by both Walmart and Target bosses. It says Ebony Fowlin, Washington, a.k.a. Stephanie Harris, 43, and Melissa Holland, a.k.a. Keisha Wilson, 46, have now been sentenced for stealing from the two major retailers. Each woman was sentenced to 20 years, including a decade behind bars for operating an organized retail theft scheme. They will spend the rest of their sentences on probation.
Oh.
Yeah, Washington and Holland have pleaded guilty to 3 counts of violating Georgia's Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which is a RICO Act.
Yeah.
Act in March. The retail theft scheme centered on AirPod purchases. It's centered on AirPod purchases and scores at scores of Walmart and Target branches. Prosecutors told the court they used cash to buy Apple AirPods. Then they removed the genuine AirPods
and put the knocked off joints in
and
there
replaced them with cheaper dupes.
and returned them.
It says the official boxes were sealed to make them look to appear unopened. Said Washington Holland then returned the boxes to the Target and Walmart stores, where they demanded a full cash refund. Some of the returned cash would be splurged on more AirPods.
Yep.
And then they sell them too to continue the cycle.
Yep.
That's cool.
Now they was on their ass
For 2 years. Says Assistant Director Rachel Murphy says that the defendants operated in a coordinated effort with a specific plan in place. Although only 2 stores in Cherokee County were directly affected, it says Georgia's RICO Act enabled us to prosecute this broader criminal enterprise. Yeah, these bitches did the thing.
I had a motherfucker, was that it?
I ain't gonna go into this. It just talks about other Walmart shits.
I had a motherfucker look at me like I was running one of them schemes the other day.
What happened?
So my mother, Mother's Day was the other day.
Right.
Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers that are watching this pod. From looking at our analytics, it's not many of y'all, but hey.
But if there is.
And hit the follow, because the analytics show 60% of our viewers aren't following the page.
Oh, you're gonna get that.
I know.
You're gonna get that. We're still gonna pop up in your algorithm though.
Yeah, hit the follow on a nigga, man.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever we upload.
Give a nigga a follow, man. But my mother has always been saying she want a drill. Because she be borrowing mine all the time. Because she had one of them like older joints to plug into the wall.
Yeah.
It's not enough power.
Not enough power.
So she been wanting one of them. She been borrowing my drill. So she always say something about wanting a drill. So I'm like, well, that's a great idea. Buy a drill. So I go to Lowe's, buy a drill. A few hours later, my mama called me, like, your daddy got me a drill. She sends me the picture of the drill, and of course now mine was $100 something. He got her like the $200 something drill. He got her the drill better than my drill. Like her drill, like, what are you about to do with this drill, lady? But whatever. So I go take it right back, because this is like the day before Mother's Day. So now I'm in scramble mode, because
everybody's in the store too.
Yeah. So I go take it back, but that lady was looking at me like, she looked at that receipt, $100 something, and looked at the box and started examining the tape, and she had to cut it open and open it up, and I said, well, now it's been opened up and fucked with. I could have just put it back.
Right.
But she was looking at me like that, and she ended up having to give me the money back. Then my mama told me she wanted plants to plant in her little like flower bed. So I just went to the little nursery or something and spent $100 some odd on plants. But yeah, man, she was looking at me, and at first I was looking like, bitch, why you doing it? And I was like, nah, people do this all the time.
They do.
People do this all the time.
Especially crackheads, meth heads,
Yeah.
fentanyl heads, all them.
I remember I did it. This statute of limitations got to be over on this. This is a PlayStation 2. You know how long ago that was.
Oh yeah, or like 03,
My PlayStation 2 burnt up one time. Went and bought a brand new joint. Came home, took that baby apart. Put the new guts in my old case.
Yeah.
And put the guts from mine in the new case.
Yeah.
Then motherfucker back in the box. I don't know why this isn't working. They run me all my money back.
It's defective.
It's defective. Had to run me all my money back. Pulled that motherfucker out, check the little serial number. Of course, all that matched.
Yeah.
Because I put I didn't. Because motherfucker like, why you doing all that? Just swap the thing out.
No, we have to be smarter than this.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot be lazy.
We cannot be lazy. We cannot. We are doing crimes here.
Yes, we are.
We cannot be lazy
Everything
while doing
must
crimes.
be covered.
Yeah.
This is nothing but a plastic shell. I need the guts.
I need the guts. Yeah, so my brand new PlayStation still looked like the same one I've been had, but it was a whole new one.
That's what's up.
Michael Jordan is, I don't know if he's making his return or his first appearance back to
Basketball?
covering basketball.
Covering? He's not gonna be a coach?
No, he's gonna be a broadcaster.
That's what's up. I can see him more as a coach though.
Nah, shit. Mike don't need to be no coach. Mike sucked at being a coach. He sucked at being an owner. Mike sucked at everything with basketball except for him playing it.
So what's he gonna cover then?
Basketball.
They gonna put him up there with Shaq and
No. You know, the NBA on NBC is coming back next year. On Peacock, and he's gonna be a special commentator.
That's what's up.
Michael Jordan will be joining the NBA on NBC and Peacock as a special commentator. Yeah, he'll be a special commentator on the network's NBA coverage starting next season, along with Reggie Miller,
That's what I was thinking.
Jamal Mashburn, and Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
So basically, Carmelo Anthony, Jamal Mashburn, and Reggie Miller will be like all the times, and Mike will come in from time to time and do some shit.
Special appearances.
Yeah, and from what I understand, from what I know about Mike's personality, he ain't just gonna come in and tell niggas they ain't shit every once in a while. Because Mike don't be fucking with everybody. But that should be alright, man. They probably gave him a decent bag for him to do that, because I don't think Mike need no monies.
Nah, you don't need too much money. They showing everything on Tubi, ain't they?
Yeah, Tubi don't play. Titties everywhere.
Yeah, I like that.
That's the first time I saw Just Hilarious naked was on Tubi. Made my day.
Who, Just Hilarious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She on one of them Detroit movies naked.
I ain't knew that.
Yeah, she
which one is it?
I can't remember, but she got a sex scene, but it's a lesbian sex scene.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah.
That's with some Just Hilarious.
Yeah. So that's it.
Cool. As long as she just shut the fuck up. Just later, I'm good. She ain't ugly.
Nah, she just stupid.
I tell you what, some motherfucker did get ugly though.
What's that?
So you know we got a new pope, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess where he's from?
He's from here.
No, guess where he's from?
Where?
Guess.
He's not from Indiana.
No, he's not from Indiana. No.
From Utah or some shit?
No. It's closer than that.
Chicago?
He's from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
You know where he's from now.
Where?
If he's from Chicago.
He's from O-Block?
No, not O-Block.
Where's he from?
He's from Dalton.
Is he really?
Yes.
He's from Dalton, Illinois, the Pope?
Dalton.
He done put him on the map.
No, so I got this meme.
It's not a good thing?
I got this meme. I may have been kicked out of office this week, but at least I'll always be the most famous person from Dalton, Illinois.
That's what she said?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Pope up under. Hold my beard.
Hold my beard. Hold my beard.
Motherfuckers is saying that is the most cosmic karma that a person can receive.
Yeah.
You go from being the town villain, from having all this power, being the mayor and the supervisor, and then you're like, well, fuck it. I lost, but at least I'm the most famous.
I'm the man.
I brought all the attention here, and she did. She did bring a lot of attention to that motherfucker.
And not a Pope.
Not a Pope. I'm talking about his house is in Dalton. 212, I forgot the name of the street, but everybody's been taking pictures of this motherfucker. They've been leaving candles on the stairs.
Yeah.
They've been,
because now he's in the Vatican.
Yeah. So, yeah, she just had to run in with that type of karma, man.
Yeah, they're gonna turn his house into a
museum,
like the Jackson's house in Gary.
Like the Jacksons, like Larry Bird's house in Terre Haute.
Is it in Terre Haute? It is in Terre Haute.
Yeah, off of Wabash.
Yeah, it is in Terre Haute. Because he's from French Lick, but he lived in Terre Haute.
He lived in Terre Haute. And that's a museum now. It's the Larry Bird Museum.
Is it?
Yeah, if you next time you go to Terre Haute, it's a billboard that says Larry Bird Museum.
I saw that. I saw that. I got to go down there at the end of this month. It's my grandmother's 100th birthday.
Oh, that's what's up.
100.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is what's up.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you something. Because, you know, sometimes you hate your family for silly shit they do.
What they did to you.
They ain't do it to me. They did it to my grandma. Yeah, we all called each other mad as hell. Look at the party flyer. What's that look like? What's that look like?
It's like an obituary.
Exactly.
Did anybody tell them?
We mad no motherfucker. This is the shit they sent out in the mail, nigga. Mine's in the room. Mine's in the room.
Who did that?
Been a cousin of ours. I think Donna did it. I ain't sure. But I know Talana called me one day.
And they could have made it more colorful.
But so my daughter said. My daughter said, put some colors on that motherfucker. Put some. This looks like
some stars or something.
Bruh.
And then it says 100 years celebrating.
Yeah.
No, celebrating 100 years, don't it?
Yeah. Celebrating 100 years. It's on the 31st.
Oh, and the only thing missing is celebrating 100 years homegoing.
Yeah.
Like, because it looks just like.
Bro. So sis called, my cousin Jelana calls me.
I don't mean to laugh at that.
No. It's good to laugh. My cousin Jelana called me. I'm driving down the street. She like, cuz. I'm like, what's up? She like, look at this shit. Tell me if I'm tripping or not. I'm like, what are we tripping about? What am I looking at? She like, look at your phone. And like, she had sent the text and then called me immediately. So the text hadn't come through yet. So the text come through as I'm talking to her. So I open the phone up. I go, what the fuck? Who done killed off Granny? She said exactly. They done put Granny in the grave.
That's fucked up.
I said, is this the party flyer? She said, yeah. I said, what the fuck? Then about 2 days later, mine came in the mail. So then on Mother's Day, I go over there to my mama's house. My mama like, I got that flyer in the mail for Maddie Party. Who the fuck drew that
up? It looked like a straight up
obituary.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They could have put some presents, some liquor popping open.
That's what my daughter said. My daughter said, I've seen obituaries of brighter colors than that.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, they should have put some.
They tried. Bless their heart.
They should have put some brighter colors. They should have put some brighter colors. They should have put a picture, because there's like wild pictures with like her and the grandkids.
Yeah.
Should have put a picture of like that up there.
Yeah. And with her in the middle and shit.
Yeah, and then like I got a picture on my phone. It's me, my mama, and Buster, and my grandma. And it's a beautiful picture. It's on like her 93rd birthday. Something like that. Bright, vibrant colors. And not no fucking...
Oh, no. Not that. Was it, they didn't even have no blues in it, did it?
Bruh, no. Put Granny in the grave, man. We've been fussing and cussing for a week now, man. I need to call sis and see if she got down to who actually gave the okay on this, because they gonna get a speaking to.
Ah, that's fucked up. They didn't even say what to bring to the party?
No.
So just bring yourself, huh? Come as you are.
I know from talking to Granny, she don't want the party. So not only does she not want the party, y'all did that.
Party.
No, she knows.
Oh, okay.
Cause I was over there. I was down there a few weeks back, and
that's hilarious.
My Mustafa's now his current wife now was running through like the outfit options for Granny. It was over at Granny house, running through like the outfit options, and my grandma said, "Put me in whatever y'all want to put me in." I told y'all I didn't want to go to the damn thing no way. I said, all right now. Granny ready to go.
I understand.
100.
I think after so long of being here, you kind of, not even that you get lonely, but
she gotta be lonely.
Everything that you relate to is gone.
Yeah, there's a whole completely different world.
Not everything, majority.
And then the person thing like Granny done buried 2 husbands, 5 children, and a couple grandkids.
Yeah, you ready?
Everybody she ever been friends with gone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Then like,
and she still up and moving around mobile and shit.
Nigga, she's still up moving around mobile, watching stories, eating Big Macs. Nigga, like she don't even need no help to the car. Nigga, like she.
I get it though.
Yeah, the last time But that wasn't the last time, but the time I was down there for the most, my little cousin Devin had passed. The one that had the heart failure at like 31 or some crazy shit like that. Well, we was leaving, getting ready to go to the funeral. She came out the back room dressed, talking about, why ain't y'all dressed yet? It's time to go. And she, yeah, Granny's still up and kicking it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and it's all there. Like, she's all there. It's all there. She's still.
Oh, she's still cognitive.
Man, it's all there.
That's what's up. I got an aunt like that.
But like I said, she done buried all these people and shit, bro. That's got to be lonely. Then, like, Ma Linda, her daughter, died in the room next to her while they was watching TV.
Oh.
They was watching TV, goddammit. They was talking about whatever's on the TV, and she didn't respond. She got to go check on her. She had checked out. Sat there right in that chair and checked out. My Uncle Amos, they was in the crib chilling, watching TV. He got up to use the bathroom, went there, died on the toilet.
Damn.
So like, yeah. So like, a bunch of her kids, like,
it's like, all around her, but not her.
Yeah, like on my girl or son, he died at home. But like two or three of her kids have died like in the house while they was chilling with her.
I mean, in a way, it's kind of cool.
You
look at it aesthetically, but in a way, it's kind of like,
yeah,
wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, it made her an obituary. Went off a little rant on that. That just threw me for a loop. I had to share that with you.
Hey, I understand.
You heard anything about this Tyler Chase Butler situation?
Who?
The man who killed the teenagers that was banging at his back door because they was supposedly doing a TikTok prank.
I ain't heard nothing about this.
Bruh.
Where you hear about this?
It's been all over. It's been on. I've seen it on the news, and it's been all over TikTok because motherfuckers in outrage.
And mostly what I've been hearing about is Buddy. What we talked about last week.
Which one?
Eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Ronnie Hinton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ronnie Hinton Jr.
Ronnie Hinton Jr. Motherfucker got on there and was like, he didn't get the right cop, and the black person stitched it and was like, but he fit the description.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah. Yeah, eye for eye don't mean goddamn it's the same. But we just go get one of you niggas.
I mean, I wish he would have got the one.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. He did his job.
Nah, but they've been.
I don't condone what he did.
No.
I understand it.
I understand it wholeheartedly.
Yes.
But man, it's been a whole talk of the thing. It's in Virginia because they done charged this man. A Virginia homeowner charged with deadly shooting of a teen reportedly filming a TikTok they were playing Ding Dong Ditch. That's what they said. Around 3 a.m, but at his back door. And
yes, because back doors don't usually have a ring.
Yeah, but they caught. They got video surveillance from his neighbor's camera showing them like, nigga, they're lying about the Ding Dong Ditch thing. Nigga, they was trying to kick that man door in. They was kicking the door in. Huh?
Is that 2 girls?
No, boys.
Okay.
So the teenagers. They was trying to kick, and there's been a string of robberies in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And like the homeowner association done informed everybody in the neighborhood, be careful, there's a string of robberies. 3 in the morning, you hear some motherfuckers trying to kick in your back door. Nigga, he got to barking that motherfucker off. He ended up killing one of them. And then they charged this man with murder.
That's not right.
Yeah, so it's been a big uproar.
What, because they didn't come pursuing danger?
I don't know. Tyler Chase Butler, 27, was charged Tuesday with killing 18-year-old high school senior Michael Ballsworth Jr. and injuring one of his friends during what police initially reported was an attempted burglary around 3 a.m. The sheriff's office said Butler claimed to detectives that the trio of teens were trying to break into his house, but the wounded teenager insisted that they were only recording a prank that would later be shared on TikTok. Butler is charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and using a firearm in commission of a felony.
Malicious wounding?
Yeah. But this is, man...
I can't protect my property anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Where's this at?
It's in Virginia. And you know the problem.
He's black?
He's black and he was white.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. The teens is white. So In what other case have you ever seen the police take the word of the criminal as gold? Because this is my thing. If it is a TikTok prank, right? Show me
Other shit,
your other pranks.
Yeah.
Show me your TikTok page. This house was the first night y'all decided to do a TikTok?
Right. Prank gone bad the first
And
night y'all did it?
who ding dong ditches at the back door?
That
And
part.
who ding dong ditches by kicking the door multiple times?
Nah, I can't say that one.
What?
Can't say that one.
Okay, back
Because
door.
if you look at some of them,
Yeah, they grab boom, boom, boom.
they be in the hotel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not making no excuse for them, but they do be kicking. They'll turn around and kick it back,
Yeah.
or they'll jump up and kick it. So I mean, I can't say that
Okay,
one.
still the back door.
The back door though, yeah, that don't make no sense.
And y'all was like masked up. The cameras from the neighbors show it.
Yeah.
The video I saw, they was like masked up with gloves on their hands.
Wow, well, shit, they deserve to get shot.
Bruh,
You play a dangerous game,
I'm hoping
you win a dangerous prize.
that, because you know sometimes in situations like this, you might get charged or you might get questioned, but like it gets resolved. I'm hoping it's a situation like that.
But he's still in.
He's in there. They have not released him on bond. He is in police custody for protecting his shit.
Bullshit. Now, mate, what? You know, he wasn't no felon or nothing, was he?
Nah, he was a veteran.
That's crazy. Oh, he's a veteran, so
He's
he's
a
already
veteran.
got PSTD,
Yeah.
probably. And he's got his gun, so, I mean, what the fuck? I don't get it. But that's Virginia for you.
Yeah.
Every state plays different.
Yeah, they do.
Every state
Free
plays
that
different.
man. Free that man. And if let's just say they were making a TikTok. Bad idea.
Yeah, very bad idea. Horrible idea.
These pranks, all these prank show niggas come up with terrible ideas.
Like we just talking about, not Aiden Ross. What's that nigga? The nigga that was he be walking with the.
The one that got robbed.
Jack Doherty.
Yeah, the one that got robbed in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
That's what his ass get.
Doing stupid ass pranks like that. You know what I mean?
Play stupid games. Win.
Stupid prizes.
Yes, sir.
It's like the one niggas that he ain't bugging. He's not like Aaron the plumber or nothing like that. But he'll be walking up on people talking shit to him in the hood. You never seen him like any of his reels or
Not Tyrone?
No, not Tyrone.
Okay.
He's not. Nah, he ain't nowhere near big as Tyrone. Nah, this dude, he kind of like I say he's like Chuck's build a little, probably a little bit
Okay.
more, stocky.
And what he be doing?
Talking shit to people. You know what I'm saying? It's
The
like,
motherfucker go get on his ass. It's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank.
yeah, and then as soon as they do that, and then he want to get serious. Well, shit, we could really. I'm like, dude, you started the shit.
Bitch ass up, yeah.
You know what I mean? My niggas is my house is dirty. They be going to, they be going to the motherfucking Walmart, not Walmart. They'll go like Target or Home Depot with a Walmart vest on, and be telling people, no, come on, I'll show you where everything is. yeah, and then like somebody be in the way to take their cart and just throw it, and be like, get that shit out the way, jackass. And I mean, people do be getting into it with them too, but
Hell no.
they don't be on no like just straight up talking shit like
Yeah.
you punk ass nigga. You ain't gonna do shit. You know what I mean? They just be calling them jackasses and idiots. Oh, the new thing they call them is if they get like a dude like me and you, they be like, "What's up, big belly?" A little Mexican dude, his little redhead cousin.
Speaking of the redheads,
I was just about to say that.
my ginger. My ginger, my ginger. My ginger, my ginger. Hey man, that shit's been I mean, of course we all know it's like just some shit motherfucker said. And there might be some connection way back in the day to how I mean I've heard people dig deep into it throughout the shit. But my thing is just seeing how like wholesome the shit has been, man, it's been alright with me, man.
Yes.
It's a couple motherfuckers that got in there and said some goofy shit, but
Yeah, they have, but
the vast majority,
it's funny.
it's just man, it's just it's just fun.
It's fun. It's funny. Tell you what ain't been funny.
What's that?
It's something that we've been talking about for
What's
a
that?
while. We talk about it every now and again on this show. Black fatigue.
Man,
That's been like
Yeah,
since Sunday.
the white people done decided to co-op another thing that's ours. Because black fatigue is a statement created by black people.
Of course.
There's a book written about it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a book written about it.
I just thought it was me and you.
No. I forgot the lady's name. She wrote a book called Black Fatigue years ago. And it's basically, by Mary, when did it come out? What's her name? Mary Frances Winters. And it's basically, we know what black fatigue is.
Yeah.
It's black people being sick of
the ratchetness.
No. It's black people being sick of the shit that white people doing.
No, that's not what black fatigue is on this one.
I know. They took it and did other shit with it.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. They co-opted our shit.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about then. I'm talking about what they talking about.
Oh, you talking about the white people being sick of the shit that black people doing,
and also other black people too.
Oh,
but that's what the topic has been this week. That's what they've been talking about. Black fatigue is being tired of the ratchetness, the ghetto-ness, and not being held accountability for the bullshit that we do, and we keep it going. Well, not we, but majority of our community counterparts.
Well.
But that's what everybody's been talking about. If you get on TikTok,
I don't know.
It'll be all over that motherfucker. That's all I've been seeing all day, every day. It's every other little swipe, black fatigue, and then the swipe, somebody shaking their ass, and then the swipe, and then it's black fatigue again. And I'm like, damn, this is more black people than it is white people on my For You page. I don't know how everybody else is.
My For You page been the white people saying the typical, we do all the crimes, we do all of this, we do all of that.
See, they wasn't even talking about like the typical shit like crime and shit. They talking about just motherfuckers is not, you know what I'm saying, they throwing out, quickly throw out the race card and then still go out and do stupid shit, you know what I'm saying. It's just shit like that. But like I said, we talk about it. We didn't call it black fatigue though.
Well, and my thing is, white people don't have the right to talk about it and call it that. Y'all don't get to have black fatigue. We don't get to have white fatigue.
I know.
We don't get to too much really talk about nothing you motherfuckers got going on. That's something that we need to handle in-house. Y'all need to really shut the fuck up about it. This ain't y'all problem. It's not in y'all area.
I ain't seen too many white people talking about it.
That's where it started out at.
I seen a lot of us talking about, black people. And they really trying to say what Chris Rock was saying back in the day. Black people and niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
it's just two different. But that's the only reason that we pay so much attention to it in our community is because it's our community.
Yeah.
Bro, every community has that. I live around a bunch of Mexicans right now. There's the clean, good Mexicans, and then there's the dirty ones.
There's the dirty ones.
And you just really hope that the ones that move next to you, like the ones that live across the street from me, they the clean ones. Keep the yard up. Mm-hmm. They don't have a bunch of goofy shit in their yard. They had their little parties and they clean up after them. And the ones 2 doors down is the ones that ain't got no grass in the yard and his car is parked everywhere.
And their dogs get shot.
And their dogs get shot at. And then in the white community, bro, you got the normal motherfuckers. Then you got the trailer parkers, and you got the meth heads, and you got the
po with a rash.
It's the same in every community.
You want to grammatically say it, po white trash.
Yeah, it's the same in every community. They just choose. My problem is because I don't have a problem if black people are talking about it because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to self-regulate. My problem is when the white folks is talking about it. That ain't y'all business.
I really don't care.
It ain't y'all business though. Go deal with.
You know what people you talking to.
What?
When you say go mind y'all business.
Yeah. They never mind their business. But go mind their business. It's white people doing. Go mind their business. Go to the trailer park and talk about them at the meth labs and all. Go mind their business if you so fatigued with shit. For real.
I mean, if they
if they
out in public doing what they doing, That's
They always out in public, bro. You know what the South Side look like.
hey, they kind of changed.
I know it. I know it's kind of changed.
No,
Nigga.
tame.
Oh,
Tame.
well,
These
they didn't
motherfuckers
used
is
to be.
tame.
They didn't used
Now,
to be.
once you get this, what's that, Shelby and Raymond?
That's what I'm saying.
And then you got a problem. But it's only right there, though.
That's what I'm saying. But it used to be a lot more
No,
than that.
you're right. No, I'm saying you right. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you ever wrong about that because you all the way right.
That's why I say you ain't got to mind our
But they are
business.
tame now. It's
It's
like
people that
it's
look
like
just
they
like you
communicate
doing
with
that
each
shit.
other. Like, hey, we got to outdo these niggas.
Yeah. Not for real. But that's my problem, bro. If you so worried about people doing shit that you deem wrong in
Ratchet shit
society,
or whatever.
Cause poor white people are just as bad as poor black people, bro.
Yeah.
They do the same exact shit. Bar
If not
fights,
worse.
if not worse.
Nah, you right. I told you my next door neighbor, her one of her boyfriends got killed from a punch.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, it's really bad.
They punched the shit out of this motherfucker. Well,
But just like
I
it-
actually hit his head on the ground, but he still got
Yeah.
punched.
But just like it ain't our business to call out all the meth head white folks, it ain't y'all business either. Go self-regulate your communities. Now we need to do a better thing of self-regulating.
No, that's true. That is true.
But shit, you know, I done got to the age where just keep it away from me.
And that's what I'm on. I don't care
just
what
keep
you
it away
are.
from me, man. Live your happy
Keep it
ratchet
away
life,
from
man.
me. You be happy, I'll be happy. We all happy.
Yeah, live your happy ratchet life.
Shit. You got any more?
I got one more.
Okay. My knees is hurt.
Yeah, I got one more, and then we'll take a break. The Menendez brothers.
I saw that. I thought these niggas was getting away with it.
Oh, they've been in jail.
Now, I'm talking about I thought they was gonna get them off. Now let me ask a
It's
question.
a variation of it.
These are the niggas that was on the baseball cards, right?
I think so. The ones that killed their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cause their parents was treating them like dog shit.
supposedly.
Right? Okay.
What came out later on.
Okay.
Yeah, the dad was he was a higher level something.
So it was just those two, their mom and their dad. They ain't going like no spree or nothing.
Not
right?
just murder their parents.
Yeah, they need to be let out. Let them niggas out. Let's go start a GoFundMe.
But this is a variation of it.
Brothers, they been
Because you know,
they know Fleet Johnson and everything.
there was a resurgence.
You Menendez, I want you.
You know, they just hopped up and did a bunch of different. What was that?
I don't know. I heard it too. I thought it was my leg.
They just hopped up and did a bunch of different shows and shit about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they did like the same ones that did the OJ story.
Yeah.
They did the Menendez brothers, and then there's a bunch of documentaries and
It was one on Netflix,
one on
right?
Hulu, one on
Yeah.
Netflix. So there's been a resurgence, and what just happened is basically a plot, a situation where they can be released, because you know initially they were sentenced to life without the possibility of parole.
Okay.
Which means never, ever, 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 ever. The Menendez brothers have been resentenced to 50 years to life. And they're now eligible for parole after the 1989 murders of their parents.
They're eligible for parole now?
Yeah.
Okay.
After more than 3 decades behind bars, California judge on Tuesday resentenced Eric and Kyle Menendez, setting the stage for a potential parole in the 1989 shotgun killings of their parents. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Michael Jessic reduced their life without parole terms to 50-year life sentences, stating he did not believe they possessed any unreasonable risk if released. The decision followed emotional testimony from supporters. They are different men, blah, 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 blah. Now 54 and 57, Eric and Lyle admitted guilt and expressed deep remorse.
How old you say they was now?
54 and 57.
God damn.
They've been in jail for 35 years now.
I remember when that happened.
Yeah. Today, 35 years later, I am deeply ashamed of who I was, Lyle said. He acknowledged making a mockery of the legal system by encouraging perjury. The brothers had argued during the trial that they acted in self-defense, citing years of abuse. Prosecutors, however, claimed the murders were cold-blooded and financially motivated. The first trial ended in a hung jury before later convicted of first-degree murder. The former... I'm not reading all that bullshit. Basically now, they have a chance to get out. They can go in front of the parole board and be granted or denied, and then after your first time in front of the parole board, you go back every year to
appeal it or whatever, or to say you did better.
Yeah, well, you get to go back, every year, every couple years, and have them rehear you, which before there was never going to be a chance of that.
Right.
So now they at least get a chance to
get heard
and maybe get out on,
Could you imagine them getting out? They would have to live with Felice Johnson.
Well, one of them's married.
Oh, pen pal marriage?
I think they.
I mean, he had to be too young to even meet somebody.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no. But she ended up marrying him on in there, because that happened when they was. I think the oldest one was like 20.
Yeah, 35 years ago.
35 years ago,
55.
54, 55.
The oldest one had to be about 20 or 20 or 23. 22. Yeah.
Yeah, so they met some bitches.
So I remember when that happened.
Because the oldest one, I know for a fact, the old one had a girl. The other one had a girlfriend, and I believe the youngest one eventually came out as homosexual. Don't quote me.
Right.
But I know the oldest one had a girlfriend, but he's the one that's married.
Okay. Well, like I said, I remember it because we were coming back from Indianapolis to Denver, and we were getting off at one of those rest stops in Colorado. And they had the wanted pictures of them niggas on there.
Yeah.
And we was like, "What they do?" And my mother was like, "These two young boys, what they do?" He was like, "These motherfuckers are some bad puppies."
Yes.
And I remember that bad puppies.
He's some bad puppies.
Yeah, he said they killed their mom and their dad.
Yeah.
I guess they did it in a brutal way or whatever.
They shotgun.
Just shotgun. He made it seem like it was more gruesome than that.
Well, it was, because they shot the shit out of him.
There we go. That's what.
Like blew Dad's hand off. And
oh, okay.
If you watch the one that was on Hulu, which is the one that was on FX, because FX puts everything on Hulu.
Right.
So if you watch that one, when they do the very first episode is like the most dramatic, accurate recreation of how they was murdered, because they used all the autopsy information from the bullet wounds to depict how they would have been shot.
Fuck.
And nigga, they show him blowing his hand off. They show him no, blow the hand off and miss and then shoot him in the face, and then shoot the mom and she's crawling across the floor it's.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that. I didn't see that part about the hand though.
Yeah.
I just talking about. But I seen it on where they were talking about. That's why I always keep in mind the baseball card, because they on the fucking baseball card. And that's Nolan Ryan. It's one of those up there baseball players too, and they right there in the
in the back. Yeah, and they in the back. Yep, they in the back. They behind them, because their dad had money, and that was one of the things that they said why they was motivated off the financial, because that's why their self-defense thing didn't happen, because the way that they because initially they told the police that they didn't have a clue, and some motherfuckers must have came in and did it. So for a while, for a spirit minute in time, they was living off of the life insurance policies, and they was acting a fucking donkey with that money. They was out partying hard.
You going across country, all that.
Oh yeah, they was going ham, and then when because they suspected them as the people that did it, but they didn't lock them up immediately. They just built their investigation.
Right.
So they was out acting a fool with that change.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they got to nigga, the first thing
they got to do it.
Yeah, for a hot second.
Hey, they should have spent it all. They've been in there all this time.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if they put it into an account and it just kept growing and growing and growing.
Shit, they probably but
I know.
With them, would it being a life insurance policy, they immediately didn't have access to it anymore once they became the reason that.
Oh no, I understand that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let's take this break, bro.
Break time.
Let's do it.
We back. We back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
It's Florida man times.
Florida man time. I got one.
I got three. They pretty short.
I go in between one of yours.
I got the kitten killer.
Not a kitten killer.
Yeah, Florida man allegedly throws kitten to death under the influence.
Mm.
That says a Fort Myers man has been arrested for throwing a kitten so hard on the ground that it lost his life. Sheriff Carmine Marcino said, "I've said it once and I'll say it again. Animal cruelty will never be tolerated in Lee County. This
Never.
disgusting act landed Perez Nas, yeah, that's his name, in the Lee County jail.
That's a hell of a name.
It is. We will always protect those that cannot protect themselves." It says on Saturday, just before 6:30 p.m., deputies responded to 483 Figueroa Avenue in response of a report of animal abuse. When they arrived, they reported meeting with victims who said that they watched Alexander Perez Nas throw a kitten to the ground while drinking alcohol.
Jesus Christ.
They said that the kitten cried out and unfortunately died on the impact. According to witnesses, Nas Perez, 24, then held the kitten up in the air and said he was going to listen to music and kill more cats.
Jesus Christ.
The officials said that they exhumed the kitten after they completed a search warrant, and that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Well, you know, them people don't play about cruelty to animals, man.
Nah.
And white folks love their animals, brother. Let me go ahead and go.
This one ain't too long.
Okay.
This is he was in South Bend. Florida man found guilty of abusive contact of flight crew member in South Bend. Says a 63-year-old Lakeland, Florida man has been found guilty of abusive sexual contact and interference with duties on a flight crew member during a flight from St. Petersburg to South Bend. I didn't know they could do that. The suspect, Stephen Forte, was found guilty after a one-day trial in the U.S. District Court in South Bend. His sentencing is scheduled for early September and will be determined by the federal judge. And that's all on him.
Alright. Florida man charged after shooting neighbor's cow 5 times in the chest.
Damn. They had cows in Florida.
North Fort Myers, Florida. Man was arrested Tuesday after he shot his neighbor's cow multiple times because he was angry and jumped over his fence, deputies said. Members of the Lee County Sheriff's Office Agriculture Unit responded to the ranch on Sharon Drive, where they found a 2-year-old calf on the neighbor's property with at least 5 gunshot wounds.
Damn.
Authorities said the calf had been shot in the guts, chest, and rear leg. Body cam video showed the animal laying on the ground and struggling to move as deputies approached. He must have shot her like several times. I don't think it's a shotgun, one deputy remarked. The calf injuries were so severe, a veterinarian determined it needed to be euthanized on the spot.
Damn.
The cow's owner told investigators his neighbor, Hung Treen, 54, had been angry with him before about livestock jumping over the fence and had threatened to shoot his animals. A search warrant executed, and deputies said they found the .22 caliber gun they believed he used to shoot the calf in the shed on his property. He was charged with animal cruelty and grand theft of a commercial farm animal. All right.
Damn.
There will be accountability to him. It's a quote. Yeah, that's what he was charged with, and he's being held without bond at the moment.
That's crazy.
I popped the shit out the calf. 2-year-old cow, that's still a calf.
Yeah.
Pop the shit out that cow baby.
Because it hopped the fence.
Pop the shit out that cow baby.
My last one is called Give Up. Or Giving Up, I don't know. But Florida man accused of planning mass shooting agrees to give up guns for 1 year.
Oh.
Yeah. A 22-year-old Loxahatchee man accused of plotting a mass shooting has now agreed to surrender his firearms for a full year under Florida's red flag law. Damian Blade Allen was supposed to appear before a judge on Tuesday, but consented to risk protection order that bars him from owning, possession, or purchasing any guns or ammunition for 12 months. The agreement was reached without a contested hearing. So in the video, uh, Allen is seen smiling behind a jail door shortly after the ruling. I would too.
Yeah.
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says deputies last month discovered a disturbing arsenal inside Allen's home, including assault-style rifles, handguns, tactical vests, and law enforcement-style uniforms. Investigators say Allen had also been communicating with the teenage shooter who opened fire at a Wisconsin school last year. According to the documents, the judge found that there was reasonable cause to believe the respondent poses a significant danger of causing personal injury to himself or others if allowed access to firearms. The petition also cited Allen's history of threats, mental illnesses, mental health issues, and prior incidents involving weapons. It says under statute 709.401, risk protection orders can remain in effect for up to 1 year and are designed to prevent violence by temporarily removing access to guns. Allen remains in jail on separate criminal charges. And those are your Florida men.
Okay. I got a couple melanated.
All right.
You ain't got none?
I don't have
All
any.
right, I'll run one. Run's a quick one. First one's a quick one. It goes to Boosie. He's been awarded with 2 doctorate degrees, honorary.
Honorary?
Yeah. Boosie Badass, also known as Taryn Hatch, honored with 2 doctorate degrees. The Baton Rouge rapper was awarded not 1 but 2 honorary doctorate degrees over the weekend from Kingdom Heritage University. The degrees were given in recognition of his contributions to music, composition, and music management, making a full circle moment in his journey from felon to respected figure in hip-hop. Boosie shared the moment with fans on Instagram, proudly posting a video from the ceremony and writing, "They also named the music class at the college after me. What don't kill you make you stronger. Dr. Hatch." I'm about to get some business cards made. Oh, this is God's plan. During the ceremony, Bishop Dr. Michael Bates Sr. delivered a powerful tribute. "We are here and honor you. Your pain has not been wasted. Platform has been blah, 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 blah. Doctor known as Dr. Hatch." Boosie, moved by the honor, gave a heartfelt thank you to the university and its fellow graduates. "I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I've never been given anything like this, so I really appreciate it." And that's all right, man. Especially if it's just for some music shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what he did, so. And it was a pivotal part of my upbringing. Wipe him down, goddammit. Second one goes to Mr. John Ewing Jr., who makes history as Omaha, Nebraska's first black mayor.
Yeah.
After defeating the last 3-term mayor.
Mm-hmm.
History made in Omaha. John Ewing Jr. becomes the city's first black mayor after defeating 3-term Republican John Stonehurt. Backed by Democratic support and criticism of Trump-era politics, this win sends a clear message in a key battleground city. And it actually does, because that's one of them cities that...
Where's that? You said Oklahoma?
Omaha.
Omaha. Nebraska.
Yeah. First black mayor ever.
Shit. Probably the only black person in the town.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Let's make the sheriff a nigger.
The mayor.
Mayor nigger.
That's what they're saying. Like, it's been it's a Republican place. And for the tides to turn and for them to elect a black Democratic mayor is letting motherfuckers know, like, they sick of what's going on.
Makes sense.
You know, if you pay any attention to it, I try not to talk about any of the politics shit on here.
Oh, yeah.
They them people T Daddy ain't did a fucking thing he promised him he was gonna do. He done the exact opposite actually, and they finally all start getting mad, and everybody on every platform they can get their hands on telling them, nigga, we told y'all this was gonna happen to y'all.
Hell yeah. But hey,
And they all looking stupid. And at first they kept saying, well, you know, that wasn't exactly what we voted for. But now, like, things is like, I guess, like, the little tax thing came out, and, like, it doesn't include not taxing overtime. It doesn't include this, that, and third. Like, the biggest, whatever he just signed, law caused 13 million people to lose health insurance, and which is the biggest number until what he just did. The biggest number had been 10 million done by like George Bush or some shit. So like, and a lot of them is like, you know, veterans and motherfuckers that voted for his bullshit. So you know, which I told you when they elected the motherfucker, I was gonna sit back for the next 4 years and watch them go through it.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because my stance is the same right now that it's always been. But us as a community have always gotten the short end of the stick. So whoever is in office, it never makes a dramatic difference in our lives.
Never.
Because we already at the low end of the totem pole.
The bottom.
So sometimes it gets a little better, sometimes it gets a little worse, but not enough for me to be like heavily invested.
Yeah.
But I want to sit back and watch him ruin people's lives who was all for him. And it's going to be funny to me. I told one, I got to argue with a white dude right when he got elected. I told him, I said, bruh, I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with you on this. I said, but what I will do is in 3 years we'll revisit the situation and we'll see who's in a better position, me and you. Because the way my life runs, it doesn't matter who's in office. I said, but for me talking to you, I think your life can be heavily affected by the wrong decisions made by motherfuckers up there. And I was talking to my guy that knows who the guy I was talking to, and he's already feeling like real bad effects from it. I said, I'm gonna wait a couple more years before I call him and rub it in his face.
Shit, I only got one fecal.
But shout out to the Omaha nigga.
Oh yeah, big shout out to him.
Once again, John
He
Ewing.
better represent himself right.
John Ewing Jr.
Because a lot of motherfucking other black mayors ain't setting it right for you, brother. So you better do something to change it. But politics are crooked anyway.
Extremely.
I got one fecal.
I got one.
All right, it's
You go
pretty
first.
lengthy. It's called 15 Times.
Okay.
This. Oh my God, yeah. It says, sit at my table and watch me die.
What?
A lotto winner stabbed 15 times for jackpot by assailant who fell asleep after victim played dead from attack.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who wrote that. It says a 62-year-old man in Oregon will spend several years behind bars after he followed home the winner of a barroom video lottery game and attempted to rob the victim of his $2,000 ticket at knife point.
Two bands?
Two bands, stabbing him 15 times in the process. The Multnomah County Circuit Judge Benjamin Swade on Friday ordered Pablo Figueroa. What's up with that name? Oh, that was a street on the last one. Figueroa to serve a sentence of 5 years and 10 months in a state correctional facility. Figueroa pleaded no contest in March to one count each of second-degree assault, first-degree burglary, and attempt to commit a Class A felony. In exchange for pleading to the charges, prosecutors with the county district attorney's office dropped several additional counts of attempted murder, burglary, robbery, assault, strangulation, and unlawful use of a weapon. But according to the documents obtained by Portland, the incident began with the victim going to the Montana's bar on Southeast Stark Street in Portland on the night of August 18, 2024. While at the bar, the victim played a lottery machine and won the game's $2,000 jackpot. At some point after winning, Figueroa reportedly introduced himself to the victim. Hey, you buy me a beer. Eventually, the victim left Montana's bar and walked the several blocks home to the residence in whatever apartments. Unbeknownst to the victim, Figueroa had been following him since he left the bar, trailing him all the way back to his home where he watched him open the locked security door, catching it before it would close again. And it says Figueroa allegedly followed the victim up to the second floor of the building, waited for him to open his door, and then forced his way into the apartment. They wrote some other shit. Figueroa then tackled the victim and repeatedly punched him while demanding money. Despite the victim giving Figueroa several $100s, he still pulled out a pocket knife and allegedly stabbed the victim 15 times.
15, goddamn.
Injuring him in the face, chest, and arms. The victim said he likely only survived the attack when he decided to play dead. The victim reportedly blacked out a short time after the attack and awoke to the sound of snoring inside of his apartment. He said he was able to get away when he realized that following the attack, Figueroa had fallen asleep. Says Mr. Figueroa had the money and could have left my apartment. That's what the victim said.
Yeah, he could have got the fuck on up out of here.
But instead decided to sit at my kitchen table and watch me die. Oh, okay.
And they had to pretend he was dead.
Yeah, police obtained surveillance footage from inside and outside of the apartment building and found that there was no footage of Figueroa exiting the building. During a search of the area, investigators said they discovered Figueroa hiding inside the building's garage room. Police noted that his pants were covered in blood and he was carrying $624 in cash on his person. The pocket knife used to attack the victim was recovered from the inside of a box of cat litter. At the time of his arrest, Figueroa reportedly had several outstanding warrants for his arrest for repeatedly failing to appear in court on charges such as identity theft and auto theft. He had previously been convicted on charges of failing to report as a sex offender as well. Nasty.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's a real fecal.
He's a real fecal. Sat there at that man's table. He said he was snoring. I woke up to him snoring. I thought he was going to say he was snoring himself. You ever had a snore that you woke up to from yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yo, what the fuck?
Like, is that me?
I woke up one time, my girl was looking me dead in my face. She said, that's you?
That's funny.
You ever had a fart wake you up?
No. I've woken someone up with a fart, but I've never had a fart wake me
I
up.
cracked one up. I woke up and looked all around. Then the smell hit. I said, I just did that, didn't I? God damn it.
I woke up to a room completely clouded with my fart at somebody else's house while they was in the bed with me.
Hey, listen. So one night, we here now. So one night, I'm over my girl house, right? However long ago this was, and I woke up because a fart woke me up. Right, it woke me up. Boom, and I smelt it, and I just laid there, like fuck. And I looked over at her, and she had and apparently I've been doing this all night, because she had a bottle of her perfume in her hand. And when I smelled it, I just seen her arm stick up out the cover and go, I said, she done hopped up and grabbed anything that didn't smell like me. It is let this shit ride. Now, in my defense,
Ain't no defense.
she had cooked that night, and then she brought me ice cream. And she know what ice cream do to me.
See, that was mine. That's when the room was covered in fart.
Yeah.
Like, you could cut the fart and carry it with you out the room.
She knew what ice cream did to me, though, and she was like, "Honey, you want some ice cream?" You know, she brought it to me. I was like, "Girl, you know I can't eat ice cream." She was like, "You'll be all right. All right, all right, I'll be all right."
They brought me some vegan ice cream
I think she was thinking it wouldn't hit me till
in the morning.
like when I went home.
You took that doo-doo.
Nope. That shit got right on me.
And while you sleep, ain't no
Gas
control.
mask.
That's what I said. If I was ever a prison inmate and I had a cellie and we had ice cream that day, it's over with for me.
I remember right there, I got into a fight in the motherfucking county about snoring. Nigga woke me up talking about, you think you can stop snoring? Bitch, I cussed him smooth out. Bitch, what I'm supposed to do about snoring? Oh ass nigga. Like, nigga, lost my mind. But,
Yeah, what can you do? You
I
can't
don't,
do nothing about that.
yeah,
That's
you're
natural.
supposed to put them breathing things on or something, but they don't give you those in the county.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, what I'm not going to do. Okay, now I watched the video of this happening, so Buddy's a real deal. He can go to hell. New York town official charged after shooting lost DoorDash driver seeking directions.
He did what? He shot him?
Shot him. I watched the video, and I don't know if it's going to depict what I watched and what I'm about to read.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to tell you what I watched, because it was one of those situations where he told on his goddamn self the police seized his doorbell footage and had the actual real footage of what actually happened in comparison to what he said.
Cool.
So, a town official in Chester, New York, has been arrested after allegedly shooting a DoorDash driver who got lost and approached his home for directions. John Riley, the town's highway superintendent and licensed firearm dealer, was charged with first-degree assault and criminal possession of a firearm. According to state police, the driver had become lost Friday night while trying to deliver food and approached several homes asking for directions before arriving at Riley's residence. Police say Riley told the victim get off his property before firing multiple shots at the victim as he attempted to leave in his vehicle, striking the victim once in the back, causing serious physical injuries. Riley, 48, was taken into Orange County Jail on $250,000 cash bond, $500,000 bond, or $750,000 partially secured bond. I don't even know what all that means. And a preliminary hearing is set for May 9th. Chester Town Supervisor Brandon Holdridge posted a statement saying the town leaders were deeply troubled and wished the driver a full, healthy recovery. However, Holdridge noted the town cannot remove Riley since he is an elected official and the local police have recused themselves from the case. DoorDash called the incident a senseless act of violence and added, no one should ever fear for their safety. Alright, boom. So this is true. So now I'm going to tell you what I watched in the video. Because this will put even more on how much of an asshole Buddy is. So, dude comes to the door to ask for directions. From the video, it's like you can tell like this neighborhood or this area is like extremely rural. Like, don't see many neighbors close.
Right.
It's woods. It's trees.
Like long ass driveways to get to the house.
Yeah, shit like that. So, Buddy comes to the thing, asks for directions. Dude tells him, I'm not giving you no directions, get the fuck off my property. Dude leaves, walks to his car. Buddy goes back into the house, gets a gun. So now he comes out onto the front porch, and the guy is getting into his car, and the yard is long.
Yeah.
So the Buddy's way over there getting into his car. Dude steps out the door, fires one into the ground. Foof! I told you get off my property. Now he's getting into his car. He's over there. He gets into his car. He puts it in reverse. He fires at him again while he's got the car in reverse. Foul! Get off my property. Buddy backs into his driveway, just the beginning part of his driveway, so he can take off that way. We're back to the driveway. He actually, now this is the first two times he's been firing over here.
Right.
He actually fires at the car. Boom! And if you watch the video, I'm almost positive that's when he hit him. Because dude sat there for a second with like the brake lights on. Like he wasn't in reverse no more. He was in drive, but the brake lights were just on. And he sat there for a second like what the fuck? And then he finally goes to take off. And he shot two more times. We took off. Boom, boom. At this car fleeing. And when I say this yard is long,
Yeah, it's long.
the guy is out there. It's not like my yard where,
No, I know what you mean.
yeah, there was no need for any of that.
That happened when that didn't happen to me. what happened was there was a new subdivision built behind this guy's house, and his house was on some land like that. And when I was doing Uber, it tells you to go through his driveway to get to this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I go through there, and he comes out. He's like, "Can I help you?" I was like, "I'm an Uber. I'm supposed to pick somebody up here, right?" He was like, "Man, I'm getting tired of them doing that." And he understood that it was not me, the driver. It's the map in the company. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "I got to tell people this all the time, almost every day." He said, "You got to go out, you got to go back around and go to the other street, and then go that will get you to the other neighborhood."
Because they just got built.
Yeah. I said, "All right, cool, right on, man." He was like, "No problem. At least you didn't give me no attitude, nothing." I said, "Nah, why would I?
Yeah.
This is your shit."
I'm gonna give you one too. And luckily the white folks was understanding. So my guy Ant, who said he's supposed to he's gonna come do the pod next week.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be going on vacation. So he doesn't have to work. He wants to
Okay.
he's an avid listener.
Okay, cool. What's up?
And his schedule just hasn't permitted him to. He says, I'll go on vacation in 2 weeks. I'm coming to do a pod. I said, well, nigga, come on.
And that's what's up.
So, but he just got a new home built. This is probably when winter was cracking open. Because, like, I didn't have on a coat on, but I did have on, like, sweatpants and a hoodie. It was cooler outside, but not too cold. You feel me?
Right.
So, he just had this home built. He sends me this address, and my phone takes me basically into Noblesville. He's in McCoursville, though.
Oh, shit.
But my phone takes me to Noblesville.
Yeah, it's further north.
To this house. And when I get to this house is having a party.
Oh, so you think you're in the right place. So you see the people, huh?
I pull up, park, hop out. I'm in these people's garage by now. And I notice everyone's white. So it was motherfuckers coming out the garage door, and they looked at me, I looked at them, and I bagged out the garage. I said, hey, pardon me, does Anthony, I'm not going to say his whole name here, but does Anthony Boom Boom live here? And they said, no, I think you're at the wrong house. I said, I'm pretty sure I do. I'm so sorry.
Right.
And I went and got back in my car, and I pulled off. I called him like, bruh, what the fuck? Like, nigga, boom, boom, he like, tell me where you at. And I describe it, and as I'm describing it, his daughter's in the background. She goes, ask Casper if he's got an iPhone. And I said, yeah, I got an iPhone. She says, our housing edition hasn't updated on Apple Maps yet. Take our address and put it in Google.
Yeah.
So I took the address, cut and paste, dropped it in Google.
And I got you there.
I was 25 minutes away from their house.
Oh, shit.
The Apple Maps just took me somewhere completely else.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because their address was like non-existent in Apple, so it took me to like the closest thing, which was like one change in the zip code, one number change in the zip. So it's like the same street, address, different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I'm telling you, I was, if they hadn't been coming out their door, bro, I was 1 second away from
Pushing and going
in their house, to the point where when I pulled up to his house, when I finally pulled up, I called him. I said, come on your porch. He said, what? I said, bro, I'm not walking up to no more random houses tonight.
Hell no.
Because that could have put me in a,
And the whole.
but for motherfucker to pop my motherfucking ass, bro, they'd have been in their right.
Yeah. In a way, but not really. They still would have got found wrong. Bro.
Yeah.
You know, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
They would have been in the right because who was this nigga?
No, was there big bunch of jewelry on, bottle of alcohol, big nigga.
Who was he?
Who is he?
Becky?
And I walked, and I was in their garage. I walked in the garage door because they had the garage door open because it was partying.
Right. And you said people was coming in and out, so shit. And it's a party. You going to a party. So.
Yeah. Man, it was 3 white girls that came out, and I know that shouldn't be what I see at my. And they were younger white girls. Like it was. I said, "Oh, wait a minute, where the fuck am I at?"
What kind of parties he having?
Yeah, what kind of parties he having?
He didn't say I was coming to a quinceañera.
I sure did. I called him. I said, "Hey, man, come outside, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Nigga stepped on the spot and said, "All right, there you go."
I don't blame you one bit.
And if it wasn't for his daughter, I wouldn't have had a clue why that
happened.
She in the background. She's like, "Ask Casper if he got an iPhone." I said, "Of course I got an iPhone." She was
that
like,
just happened.
She was like, "It did the same thing to me. You got to drop it into Google."
Now, the one I didn't like was the one where it was a user error on the person that was getting picked up.
They tried typing the wrong address.
I don't know. They were at, I guess you can just drop a pin on
Yeah.
Uber or whatever. I've never done that. I've never taken a ride like from myself ordering one. So it was on the south side, Greenwood, and it said this house, and it was so when I pulled in, it was a house in the front and like a little guest house in the back.
Yeah.
But they had like a what do you call it, rock driveway, gravel driveway.
Guest house.
It said the icon, everything was on the guest house. So I'm just sitting there chilling. A white lady comes out from the first house. Excuse me. And I think she's the ride. So I pull up to her. I was like, "You looking for an Uber?" She's like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm an Uber driver. What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, what's your business over here?" And I was like, I showed her the phone. I was like, "Look, this is what I'm doing, so you don't think that I'm on some BS."
This is what I'm supposed to be.
I totally get what you're saying.
According to this is what I'm supposed to be.
I was like, I'm an Uber driver. I've been backed out of it, showed her my picture and all that shit, because she was older white.
Yeah.
And
Let me not freak you out.
Yeah, she was like, "Okay, it does say here, but nobody ordered an Uber, honey." And I said, "Well, let me call the person." This motherfucker is catty-corner across the street. Now, this is a busy part of, I'm not Southeastern, I can't even think of the name of the street, but it's the fucking Target.
And they had the Target?
They had the Target.
They put the pin on the house.
They put the pin on the house.
I know they do shit like that because that greenhouse that's catty corner from here.
Yeah.
The African lady over there, she catches Uber to and from work daily.
Okay.
And I done got kind of used to it now because I think she's doing the drop the pin thing.
Yeah.
And they pull up over here all the time. And I be outside and they be like, "You looking for Uber?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure it's that house over there." Now, like I've seen her like come out the house and walk down the street to log, because clearly they calling her. Right. I've seen her like come out the street and walk to Ubers that weren't in front of her house.
That's crazy. And then guess what? I couldn't even take the person because this dumb chick had 3 little kids with her with no car seats.
Yep, and you got to have the car seats.
I wouldn't have tripped if she just had one kid. I'd have been like, "Look, you trying to get home? Put him between your legs.
Put him on your lap, strap your seatbelt on.
You know, that's the best we can do. I ain't supposed to do this.
But not 3.
But not 3 of y'all, nah.
We violating all the rules.
You know, well, the last Uber did it. I don't care what he did.
That's the last guy. He wasn't following the rules.
Call somebody else because it ain't going to be me. You call your cousin. Shit, you ain't got no family here. Call somebody with them 3 badass kids. They not getting in my car. They were the sweetest little black kids you could ever see, but from her irresponsibility of not bringing a car seat or booster seats.
Yeah, no.
You can't lug around everybody's kids with no car.
No.
Well, I'm not even gonna say it was all her kids. They look all the same age.
Man, I want to motherfucking switch my shit around to that.
What?
Roku got home security cameras now, and like my indoor cameras is all through my alarm system, so I leave them alone. But my outdoor cameras are through Blink, and Roku now has outdoor cameras, and every TV in my house is
Roku.
They all either Roku TVs or they have a Roku attached to the TV.
Oh, so before you get to this, let me guess. Would you be able to look at your cameras on your TV?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's what I was just thinking.
You pull it right up on every Roku TV.
We used to be able to do that in Scarborough Lakes out on the west side.
I can do it now if I bought an interface.
Right.
I can tie it to the TV. But like the way you have to do it, you have to tie it to the TV. You have to have them for go in the attic. You have to have them run HDMI cords from the interface to all the TVs. And you can access from every TV. But with them having Roku cameras, you can just pull it up on every. Like this is a Roku TV, the kitchen TV. Roku got Roku on it. All my kids' room, the projector in my room has Roku. The garage TV, all my daughter's rooms.
What's the name of them apartments on 30th?
There's a few of them.
Milhofer.
I was just over there the other day. Yeah, I know.
Well, I was gonna say I don't know if they have them because Scarborough is pretty much the same. Well, they were at that time, same people. And what they had was like if you bought the cable, you could
They had the interface. You could access the cameras in the apartments.
yeah, just for the gate,
Yep.
so you can see who's coming over.
Yep.
I was like, this is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope to the motherfucker.
But yeah, the Roku cameras, if you put them on the outside, you can access it from your TV. So when, like, the shit go off, instead of me having to go to my phone or my Alexa or my iPad, I can just hit it on the TV. And that just makes a lot of sense to me. But I'm not ready to pay that money
Shit, I feel
to
you.
switch out perfectly good cameras right now.
I feel
But I
you.
want to.
Some nigga from Vivint came over. He was pretty cool. He was actually from Houston and shit. And I had to invite him up on the porch for a minute because I felt bad for him.
He was out there hot.
Nah, not even hot. It started raining
Oh,
and shit. And I was like, bro, where your car at? He was like, oh, I don't get a car.
yeah, they drop him off.
That's retarded.
Yeah,
And he don't make no money unless he make a sale.
that's what I said a couple years back. Cause I don't fuck with AT&T internet, right? I had it before.
That's what it's sponsored by
I know.
AT&T and Sprint.
They ran new coaxial high definition lines around here. Like, and I remember them doing it. It was a big deal. Like, they was tearing up shit and running new lines. And so, you know, they had
Wait,
the guys.
AT&T?
Yeah.
Uverse.
No, not
Not
Uverse.
Uverse? I thought that's what they should.
They just upgraded a couple years ago.
Okay.
And this was like 2 years ago over here at this house. And summertime, man, the guy he was trying to sell me that shit. He looked so motherfucking crazy. I said, come on in, man. Came in, you know, I had the air bumping, you know how I do. Let him sit down. I had one of my daughters get him a glass of water. We sitting there talking about halfway through the conversation. I said, bro, I'm not going to buy that shit. And he just kind of looked at me. I said, you just look so pitiful outside, man. I had to let you come in, get a little AC and get you a glass of water, man. I said, I know you got to go on into the next house because you got to make your sales, and I'm not buying none of that shit. But, bro, you need to come on in here. He was like, man, I really appreciate it, man. They just drop us off. I said, what? He was like, man, we got a meeting point. They pull up with a van or a car, and we go to a neighborhood, and they just drop us off.
With tablets, no batteries.
Yeah. Until it's just, tablets, no batteries. Until it's just to get to it.
Until whenever they come back.
Yep.
Like, dude was asking me about the neighborhoods and everything. He was like, so where should I go or where should I can't go? I was like, well, it ain't like it was back in the day. But it's still some little bit of racism around here, so be careful.
Yeah. Be cautious.
And she's like, what you mean? I said, you in Indiana, nigga. I said, I know Texas is a little bit racist, but up here, it's live.
It's a lot of it racist.
It's, you know, I said, I was like, I kind of like a little bit of racism every now and again. Now I go in the store, I'm looking for something. Can I help you? You sure the fuck can. I get personally assisted. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I get to get on elevators by myself.
Yeah.
People come up and be like, oh, you got it? I'm like, yeah, I know I got it.
Yeah,
you
watch
go
out.
home.
Watch out,
I
huh?
want your weird ass on here with me anyway. Weird motherfucker making all these stupid ass stops and shit.
Oh, man.
But I titled this one Stab 'em and Slab 'em.
Stab him and slap him.
Everybody got stabbed today.
They
Tory
did.
Lane.
They did. Everybody got stabbed.
Tory Lane, I'm down to my fecal. Shit, my fecal got stabbed. Well, he was a stabber. He stabbed a nigga 15 times and he still lived. You stupid. But he stabbed him with a pocket knife. I guess he didn't twist.
Yeah, he didn't twist.
It's arthritis because he was
just-
a
he just-
63-year-old man.
He just poked.
He just poke, like Dolphin Willie.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Dolphin Willie. He was hilarious.
Yes, he was.
Well, that's it, man. That's 180. 190.
190. 190. So y'all have a good week.
Yeah.
We still got it up for you, even though it's Friday.
Yeah, y'all be all right. Peace, peace.
Peace.